So I got a call from Michael Rell just a couple weeks ago. I thought he was going to be telling me that his mom was going to be able to join us at the open house at the residence, which we did every year. He gave me a very different message. My heart goes out to the Rell family, and I think there's about 3 million other people in this state who feel like they're part of Jodi Rell's family. She made us feel that way. We loved her, and we felt the love right back. And as you heard from the pastoral reflections, you know, she didn't get into politics for fame and power. She just wanted to help people out. And she didn't seek the limelight, but then one day the limelight found her big time, and Jodi Rell became Governor Rell almost overnight in a very, very complicated time for our state. And this is a time for healing. And one of the first things that Governor Rell did was she wanted to welcome everybody to the Capitol. You know, a few hours ago, we were all at the Capitol saying goodbye to Jodi Rell. But 20 years ago, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people waiting in line, coming at that very complicated time to shake the hand of the new governor. And she gave her the hope and reassurance and love. And she stood there for hours. Then her feet started killing her, so she took off her high heels and stood there in the stockings and stood there until the last person had left. And as I talked to folks about what Jodi Rell meant, it wasn't bold ethical reforms in the legislature. It was how she just touched us in very small ways. How she touched us with grace. The person who said, I got the most wonderful letter from Jodi Rell. I don't know how she knew that my mother had died, but I'll keep this letter for the rest of my life. I guess she was quite public about the mastectomy she went through, and I had a couple of ladies just tell me that she made them feel a lot better about the operation that they went through because of her grace. Just talking to General Ivan over here, he was a young guy sent off to Afghanistan. And boy, was he surprised when he got a care package from Governor Jodi Rell there. She was 1,000 points of light in what she meant to people. But it wasn't all peaches and cream. There were some tough times. She inherited a pretty bad recession in 2008, and there was no rainy day fund, and she had to negotiate with 8 cranky legislators, get them all over the residence for a summit conference. And they were talking and talking and talking, and people were getting tired and cranky and hungry. And then, as you've told me the story, she brought out with great fanfare a tray with 6 cookies on it for 8 legislators. And there, you've all given me a slightly different interpretation of what that meant. Some of you had said Jodi was notoriously frugal, and she got a discount on a 6-pack and wasn't going to overspend on a 10-pack. Some said she was channeling her inner Lisa Moody, maybe wanted to starve those legislators into compromise. But you all said that she brought the cookies out and watched the guys, their hands and this, and broke into peals of laughter and blushed from head to toe. And maybe that was the real Jodi Rell. I'll tell you that I'll miss her on Friday, which is our open house at the residence, where she always was, always at the door. She's been out of office for 10, 12 years, and people would greet her like they'd just seen her last week. She gave them a big smile, and I remember her always saying, "Oh, come on, just call me Jodi. Just call me Jodi." God bless Jodi Rell.